Hey everybody, so in this video we're talking about exponents. Suppose you purchase a large machine for your company. The machine depreciates each year according to the table below. So here's our table, and question A says, what was the purchase of the price of the machine? Well, the purchase would be what you paid for it initially. So that would be the day that you buy it. So that means 0 years would have passed. So I paid $12,000 for this machine. So here the price of the machine was $12,000. Part B says this table follows an exponential pattern. What is the multiplier? So when we're looking at the standard form of an exponential function, we have y equals a times b to the x. So here, a is always the initial amount, b is our multiplier, and x is the amount of years that's passed. So given a table, the way we would find the multiplier is we would take the value from year 1 and divide it by the value of year 0. So here, this would be 11,160, and we will divide this by 12,000. And we're going to see what we get. So on our calculator, we'll say 11,160, and we'll divide it by 12,000. And that's going to give us 0.93. Now, we can check this several times and in any location. So if I wanted to take year 4 and divide year 3, I could say 8,977 and divide this by 9,652, and we should get a value extremely close to 0.93. So 8977 divided by 9652 is going to give me 0.93 as well. So 0.93 would be my multiplier here in this equation. So my multiplier, I would say B here equals 0.93. Now in C it says, what is the rate as a percent change of depreciation for this machine? So when you're talking about exponential growth and decay, you have two forms of equations. Here I have y equals a times b to the x, and then there's another common formula that you'll see when you're talking about growth or decay percentages, and that's y equals a 1 plus or minus r raised to the t. Now, although these are different with different variables, these two equations are exactly the same. Once you take 1 plus your rate, that becomes your multiplier. Or if I'm decaying and I say 1 minus the decay rate, 1 minus that decimal becomes the multiplier. So here, these two equations are identical. One is just expanded. So if we want to find the rate as a percent change, what I could say here is that 1 minus r is going to equal 0.93. So my rate of change here is 0.07, and it said that I wanted it as a percent. So you can take decimals and multiply them by 100 to get a percent, or simply move the decimal 2 places to the right, leaving us with 7%. Lastly, it says, write an equation that models this situation. So here I could say y equals my initial amount, $12,000, times the multiplier, which we got of 0.93, raised to the x. So this equation here, if we type this in on y equals on our calculator, will model a table very similar to this one. All right, that's going to be all for this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and we'll see you all in the next video.